Today we're going to be broadcasting about the radio and the innovators who made it all become a reality. Now, it's used by millions every day, so let's go ahead and kick this one up. First, let's take a little bit and learn about Nikola Tesla and Guglielmo Marconi, on the first scientists to send transmissions via radio. I learned so much from those two guys, such as that Tesla and Marconi were in a rat race to become the first to send the radio transmission. But Marconi ended up being the first after an accident that happened at Tesla's lab days before he was about to send the first transmission, thus making him fall behind to the close second. Marconi swooped in 2 years later in 1896 and sent Morse code transmission 1.5 miles. But a little side note here, these two guys wouldn't have been able to do anything if there wasn't a radio receiver. A Russian physicist by the name of Alexander Stepanovich Popov first created the receiver in 1894, 2 years before Marconi sent the message. Whoa! If you recall, Tesla was supposed to send his message that same year. Coincidence? I think not. He originally designed the radio receiver using a coher, which he used as a lighting detector when it was getting incoming signal, which did not happen till years later. Now enough about these two. Let's send it down to our reporter Rico Suave, who's on the scene with Reginald A. Fessenden, the man who invented the modulation of waves. Take it away, Rico.
Wow, that was really cool. What were some of the things you felt after this great accomplishment?
Felt amazing. I actually have a poem here that I wrote after I accomplished this. Hold on. Here it is. Emotion, my emotion is grand. Like a sparkling ocean, I don't feel incomplete. I remember all the people I meet. They gaze upon me like a hero. And suddenly I'm reminded I'm not a zero. When you're down and feel like just another drop in the ocean, remember, we all have emotion. But never forget that just some college kids wrote this shit.
That was amazing.
What a pansy. I work with this guy. Oh, well, that was some touching stuff there, Reginald. Reginald was born in Quebec, Canada, and was very well educated when he was young to strive forward with his passion of science. Yeah, science. When he was 18, he became a headmaster at a school in Bermuda. He was not only just a man who sent the first audible speech over the radio, but held over 200 patents, some including microfilm and an early form of sonar. He also founded the fathometer, the depth finder. When he heard wind of how Marconi sent the Morse code, he had to do it better, and he did. He created the amplitude modulation, AM waves as we know them. He changed many people's lives. Next, on today's news, we're going to talk to Lee DeForest about his creation of the Audion. Let's take it to the street with Rico. I apologize for that. We're having technical difficulties. Reginald has been the first person to broadcast words and music over radio waves. In fact, he did that on the 24th of 1906 at 9 p.m. Eastern to be exact. He transmitted human voices from Brant Rock, which is near Boston, Massachusetts, to ships at sea owned by a fruit company. Oh, I think they're coming back in right now. Let's send it back over there.
Oh, we're back on. I'm here with Lee DeForest to talk to him about his inventions. How's it going, Mr. Forrest?
Good. Yes. My creation of the Audion tube.
Yes, sir. Could you go into a little bit of detail about your... All right. Yes, sir. Could you go into a little bit of detail about your invention?
Of course, my friend. I discovered the first triode vacuum tube and the first electrical device which could amplify a weaker electrical signal and make it much stronger.
So you're telling me that you created the first device that could amplify signals, making them larger and able to go farther?
In simple terms, yes. That is exactly it. This ended up playing a huge role in finding field of electronics and dominated it for 40 years, making radio broadcasting as well as many other applications.
Well, that's it for down here. Back to you in the studio.
Ray Newby on the scene with us. He was the very first disc jockey in time. Let's see what he has to say. Rico, take it away.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm here with Ray Newby. Ray, what are you doing? Because it sort of looks like you're DJing.
I'm playing my DJ set right now, Crazy Hand.
Oh, cool. So, tell us about your biggest accomplishment.
Well, when I was 16 in 1909, I would play records over the radio for all the people to listen to, man.
No way. At only 16?
Yeah, way. I continued DJing for many years in Stockton, California. I started playing records on a small spark transmitter under the authority of radio pioneer Charles Doc Harold.
Wow, that's some cool stuff there. Thank you, Newbie. Let's hand it back to our boy in the studio. Thanks, Brandon. I'm here with Henry P. Davis. Henry, for some of the folks at home, would you mind telling us about some of the big accomplishments you've had in your life?
Well, thank you, Rico. I am Henry P. Davis. I helped form the first commercial radio station and be the first man to actually step up to the microphone and read the 1920 presidential election. It was a fine day that day.
Well, thank you for all that you've done and to all of our other guests that we've had on the show today. I'm Rico Suave. Back to you in the studio. Finette.
Thank you for watching today's show. I'm Brandon. LeBrand.